Festa de Yemanja. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome back to So You Want to Live in Bahia. My name is Kitty and I'm a gringa living here in Salvador, Bahia, Brazil for 11 years. And I am a licensed real estate agent. So hit me up if you want to buy or rent an apartment here. So today's episode is about the Festa de Yemanja. Now, if you don't know, Yemanja is a very famous orixá, and she is celebrated here in Brazil. She is the goddess or the orixá of salt waters and of femininity. She represents the mother of all the orixás. And this celebration on February 2nd is actually one of the biggest street parties that there is here in Brazil. And so I thought I'd let you know a little bit about its history, and then I will, after the fact, show you a video of the party itself. So the Festa de Yemanja has no specific date when it started. It used to be a party for Santa Ana. And she was the patron saint. She is the patron saint of grandparents. Now at some point, and that party for Santa Ana was always celebrated either January or February. And at some point, Yemanja, the Festa de Yemanja, took over. And that was actually first celebrated at the Jique do Tororó. The Festa de Yemanja moved over to Rio Vermelho in 1925. It was 25 fishermen who were there who started the festival. So the fishermen take part in this because they're praying to Yemanja for lots of fish and calm waters, which is what she's responsible for because she is the goddess, the orixá of the salt waters. So this festival, Festa, didn't get the name Festa de Yemanja until 1960. Interestingly enough, the church right next door to the Casa de Yemanja in Rio Vermelho is an igreja for Santa Ana. And so it's interesting how that party got usurped by Festa de Yemanja, but both are very close to each other. One thing I learned in my research is that the island of Itaparica also does a Festa de Yemanja, and that would be in their neighborhood of Santa Cruz. Another fact, most of the orixás, all of the orixás here are syncretized with Catholic saints because the slaves were not allowed to openly practice candomblé, so they practiced it through saints. So Santa Bárbara, for example, is Yansan. So they would be worshiping Yansan, but they did it while pretending to be worshiping for Santa Bárbara. So in this case, here in Salvador, for the very least, it's Nossa Senhora das Candeias that is syncretized with Yemanja. So the party for Yemanja actually starts the day before. That's the preparations for the party and the decorations. Now on February 2nd, when the sun comes up is when the party starts, and it starts with fireworks. And that is, if you want to see the candomblé aspect of the party, then that's when you're going to see it, all the baianas at the ocean in the Pais de Santos giving the offerings. That's when the sort of religious aspect of the party happens. And then afterwards, it just, like most religious parties here, becomes sort of a drinking fest, daytime drinking. And so that's when the party starts, and it goes until the very night. And lots of different parties, lots of feijoadas. And so a lot of times you do want to sort of buy your tickets ahead of time if possible for some of these feijoadas. And you pay a bunch of money, you get to come in from the heat of Festa de Yemanja because this is the height of summer and it's really hot. The first time I went to Festa de Yemanja, I got a horrible sunburn because I didn't realize that we were going to be on the street the whole day. And so that's one of the things that people do is they buy tickets to a party and go inside and have feijoada, go out, party, drink some more. As far as offerings for Yemanja, Yemanja is a lady. She likes the lady stuff. So people like to give her offerings of perfume, her favorite being alfazema, which is very popular here. You see it all over the place, smell it as well. She likes alfazema, she likes baked goods, sweets, perfume, mirror mirrors. And so a lot of people put these offerings for her in a basket. Now, I would say, when it makes sense, is try like to not put garbage in the ocean. Like if you give her offerings, flowers is great, she loves flowers. And instead of putting the perfume bottle in the basket, nicer still is just spray the flowers with the perfume to try to cut down on the garbage in the ocean. Now, when you are giving her your offering, what a lot of people do, myself included, is you're gonna pay one of the fishermen to go out on a boat, and you go out into the boat, go out a ways a bit, and you drop your offering in the ocean. Now, why do you do that? Because if your offering, if you throw it out and it comes back to you, it means that Yemanja did not accept your offering. And when you're giving your offering, you're asking for something, you know, like this year I want this, that, the other. Please, Yemanja, help me, here's an offering. So if your offering comes back to you, forget about it. Those things are not gonna happen. So pay a little extra money and put it right in the middle of the ocean, and so it won't come back. And you don't have, and doing this offering for Yemanja doesn't have to just be on February 2nd. Anytime you want to give her an offering, get your offering together and go to the Casa Yemanja in Rio Vermelho and ask one of the fishermen to take you out, and you pay them a little bit of money, and they do that. And I think it's a bit helpful for them as well, especially if they're having a slow day. Festa de Yemanja was officially recognized in 2020 in the Book of Special Events celebrating the Patrimonio Cultural of Salvador. And it's a big festa. It's definitely worth checking out. As always, be careful, because it's a bit like Carnival. Make sure you don't have anything that can be, no expensive necklaces that can be ripped off your neck. Wear a fanny pack or something and keep your valuables hidden. If you want to take video or photos, be really clever, right? Take it, pull it out, do what you need to do, put it back. Because you don't want to get robbed. And if you're not careful, you could be robbed. Because these people, thieves, they do take advantage of the fact that it's crowded, lots of people in a small space, and also that you're probably drunk. Anyhow, I hope you can make it to Festa de Yemanja. It's a lot of fun, and it goes on till night. And you'll see DJs and stuff on the side doing stuff. It's really quite cool. It's like the cool party. I always say it's got more cool cred than Bonfim, I would say. Just because the neighborhood itself of Rio Vermelho is a cool neighborhood where all the good restaurants are, or most of them. Anyhow, I hope you found that helpful. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you liked it, like, and also don't forget to subscribe. I really do appreciate all of you who have subscribed. And if more of you want to subscribe, the more the merrier. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time. Beijos!